All right, today I wanted to, we figured out that we had an issue with our legal move being true, yet it was supposed to be false. And we figured that out because we figured out why it was happening, and it was happening because stack control belongs to black here on that grid 1-1 space. Yet see how, well, we overrode it, so it fixed it. So that was just the band-aid fix. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, where did we do that band-aid fix? Because I thought we had a problem there if it was a white stone on top. So like that, for example. It seems to be working. We still need to fix our stack control variable. I guess I'm just confused where I thought, right here. This was our band-aid fix. So look, if we turn this off, see how it says this is a legal move and a legal move highlight when it is not the case. But the thing is, it thinks it's a legal move because we're in a move type move and stack control is black. So we want to only make that a legal move in a move type move and control is black if we don't have our first stones dropped. Our first movement stones dropped. So where do we, right here actually, yeah, if we're in a move type move, like here, player is black, our mouse is over the grid, and our no movements locked. Actually, yeah, this should be, instead of no movement locked, let me double check that we, this is wrong, yeah. And instead of saying no movement locked, it's a Boolean, so it should just be called movement locked or not movement locked, not this no movement locked nonsense. Let me see what we do with this movement locked stuff. No movement locked. We use it here. We set it here upon picking up some stones. See, look, why does this break rendering legal moves? I think we need to take this out. See, this is just backwards, man. We have no movement locked gets true. That means movement locked is false. So let's just do that. Movement locked gets false. So what we're doing here is saying any grid whose occupant's stack control is white, that would become a legal move. But instead of doing movement locked here, I think I want to do and not first movement stones dropped. And then we'll just actually kind of just take out this no movement locked. Because the movement, whether or not there's movement or not, doesn't really help us. We want to be more specific about specifically what type of movement is locked. So if we have a first stones dropped, then we shouldn't render that true grid space, even if our stack control belongs to our player character. So let's see if that changes anything. It still says it's true. Still says it's true. I want to say that this needs to just be legal move. I don't think that'll actually change anything though. So look, legal move is false, yet when we lock in our stones dropped, now we're rendering everything. See, this is so jacked up. Why would changing the legal move to false now cause us to render both things? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Well, that's even more confusing. Like now that's fixed, but it's not rendering. Legal move highlight. What did we change here? Redo. So yeah, we only want that grid to be a legal move if we have stack control and we haven't locked in our first movement stones dropped yet. But why is it that it's not working anymore? It's not rendering. What the? What? I'm more than confused with this right now. So look, all false legal moves, lock it in, we render, but that's still a legal move. When it shouldn't be. Now we had fixed it with this by saying, hey, if our first movement stones are dropped, then our movement origin grid is not a legal move. Therefore, let's go back to change this to movement locked. So movement locked gets false. I don't like that variable name. Not movement locked, not movement locked. Now, we need to, our movement locked needs to become true upon clicking a grid, and then our movement locked would need to become true upon that instance as well. Okay, false, false, false on the legal move. Now if we hit enter, it's still false. This is now true, but we're not rendering it. And this is now true, and we're not rendering it. Why does this break rendering legal moves? If we turn this off, do we have rendering again? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Turning that off. So look, yeah, turning. This is messed up again. This is legal move true when it should be false. How in the world does that break everything? This is the question, man. Why would that break rendering legal moves? If it's a legal move and the occupant is 5 or less, we turn our movement lock to true. If it's more than 5 occupants, then we set our movement origin lock to true, yet that messes up. See, this movement locked and this movement origin locked is kind of doing the same thing, so maybe we just get rid of this altogether. No more movement locked. Okay. Now, not movement origin locked. So we can only become a legal move if we have stack control, if our mouse is hovering over a legal move. Oh, no. This is just setting legal move. Let me see if this is busted. Yep. It's busted. It says it's a legal move, but it's not rendering the highlight for the legal move highlights. If we turn this off, do we render those highlights? So confused why that's the case. Doesn't make any sense to me. This should be legal move gets false, no? No, because then we're not I think we actually have to do this after we because all of our legal moves getting set to true is after this, which see like this, these legal moves. So maybe we need our legal move stuff over here with this other legal move stuff. So this is, let's just copy this whole thing and we'll put it down here after our other legal moves. So we'll falsify our legal moves and then we'll do our rendering for it. So if we're in a place, move type place, then if our grid is hovering over it, our selection highlight gets true. Okay. If it's a move type move, if our mouse grid is, so like the grid in which our mouse is over, if our movement origin is not locked, then if we have stack control as player one, then that's a legal move. Otherwise, and the otherwise is meaning actually, yeah, maybe we have to say else if. We still have to ask our grid here. If our mouse grid is equal to the grid we're specifically over, then this is no longer a legal move. No. Yeah, in what case is legal move false? Well, it's it just needs to be false. It needs to only be true if okay, yeah, I'm getting real confused here. I think I know what's going on. We shouldn't need to falsify a legal move if our movement origin is locked. Because if our movement origin is locked, to think about. Basically, we're falsifying every legal move with this act here. We're falsifying every legal move. This isn't right. I don't think we want to do this. I think it'll be super busted right now. But this is not working right at all. Okay, so what's happening is our legal moves are getting set to true appropriately, but we're rendering every legal move. We want to falsify our legal move highlight. Unless our mouse is right over that space. Now, it's a little more complicated than that because this is only doing it for no movement origin locked. So we would need to lock this in first. Then that's a true. See, this is what's so confusing to me. Why would it be not highlighting? It's not highlighting. Okay, I know why. I mean, we need to do an else if here. We say else if we are movement origin locked, then don't falsify our legal move highlight in that grid. Or I guess we would say legal move highlight gets true. No. Yeah, what if we just do this? Because it's a legal move, but then this is saying it's false because we're actually movement origin locked there. So that's why it's not rendering there. What? What? Subject. Okay, I know it's something to do with this. Because we need this else to be like, oh. Maybe this needs to be, I like it's true. No. Bro, so confused. Okay, I think we just need to go totally get rid of this. I mean, we can keep the selection highlight for our placement, but what we really need to do, we don't want to be changing the legality of the move based on where our mouse position is. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to get rid of this whole thing. I'm going to get rid of that whole thing. And what I am going to do is cycle through IJ, and if our mouse grid is over the position and it's a legal move, then we legal move highlight true, otherwise false. And we can actually put that in our occupant class. So let's do that. So yeah, instead of this, what we're gonna say is we're gonna have this nested for loop, and we're gonna say if our mouse X grid is equal to J and mouse Y grid is equal to I, and what this is saying is we're trying to modify only the grid that our mouse is over currently. So if we're over that grid, then the grid at that very position, we're going to say if that grid's occupants legal move, nope, if that grid's legal move is true, then we're going to set that grid's legal move highlight to true. And then if it's not a legal move, then we set its legal move highlight to false there. Let's see if that will do it. We're rendering green squares now instead of red, which is incorrect, but yo, why? So wrong. Gonna have to figure something else out. So yeah, we would. Okay. I guess what I want to do is say, we need to turn off our legal move highlight if our mouse is not over that grid. So if I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to flush it. Because if you move your mouse off of the position, the Boolean for legal move highlight is still flagged. So it's almost like you can only have one legal move render at any given time, but how do you turn it off when it's not equal to the mouse position? And we had that by switching it right here. So why is that wrong? Well, it's wrong because this is now correctly, legal move false, and this is legal move true, legal move true. I guess we're flushing it here somehow. I guess I just want to say something like, after you've done that, if that grid is a legal move, if that grid's legal move is true, then we want it to render the legal move highlight. So does that fix it? No, because we need that else so that we can toggle it off if we're not hovering over it. Okay, that's right. That's right now. So now we're not doing that. We're not doing that little fix. I guess I'm going to leave a note here, say this. Flushes legal move highlight if mouse not over it. We still need to make sure we fix stack control, because if we take a look, if we lock this, then that grid 1 has a white stone on top. So it still says that its control is black. So we have to figure that out. We have to make sure that doesn't continue to mess up. But we didn't just swap our legal move to false to fix our little, what I called a band-aid fix. We're actually just not turning that to be true now, because we're based on this. we only get a legal move if we have stack control if our movement origin is not locked. And we took out, I feel like moving this to the bottom after our legal move stuff is what allowed it to maybe get fixed on that bug. I don't exactly know when that bug was fixed, but okay. This was a very incoherent episode, I'm sorry. But we got rid of no movement locked. And instead added more, we used the no first movement stones locked to be a little more clear in what we were doing. Okay. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be doing, this is not right. Where are our notes? Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be doing this, I think. We're going to be fixing stack control for stacks after we've had a change in stones. Or we're going to be brute forcing it and updating stack control based on the highest most stone. Yeah. I don't think the brute force is actually that bad, because it's basically, if the stone type is nil, we know there's no stack order, so we just need to cycle through the grid, and if it's not nil, then we count down from the highest stone. The first one that isn't nil, we take its color and assign that occupant's stack control to be that color. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. I'm gonna go see Ant-Man right now, so I gotta leave. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.